That's a new locomotive on the roster, isn't it? Yep. What's up, guys? Shadow Steel here. Welcome back to Railroader. Today we've got, well, quite a few locomotives added to the roster. Not the least of which is the 4 Aces, the Timken locomotive, as it's known. This was the first steam locomotive to be introduced with roller bearings in the 1920s of all points in time. Prior to that, most railroads used what were called plain bearings. Now, Timken often referred to them as friction bearings for advertisement purposes, but the actual terminology is plain bearings, and that's actually one of the and that's the terminology for the actual bearings, where they are just relying mostly on oil, and that basically is kind of what the cars on this, like some of these freight cars, would probably be a mixture of either plain bearings or friction bearings, or plain bearings or roller bearings. We'll get that back on. So these would be probably, considering the oil on them, they would probably be roller bearings, considering the, well, it depends. But yeah, we've got several trains to take care of, and we've got our passenger train that we're working with, right? We've got our passenger trains already departing right now. If I can get up in the cab of this locomotive, well, never mind, doesn't matter. But we've got a lot of work to do today. And not the least of which, I'm just going to leave my guy out there, honestly. So we're going to be getting the express freight passenger train. Did he leave just now? Oh, he left. When did he leave? Okay, then. Well, the express train's gone. When did he leave? Oh, there he is. What? He was supposed to depart 11:15. I think it's... Oh, it is. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay. So he's just not departing. Okay. So our express train is still being pulled by our red G3 Pacific with auxiliary tender and 3 E units. I actually tested this on a run over Red Marble, and it actually handled it quite well, to some extent. But considering how many freight trains and stuff have been going over Red Marble lately and need the help, I actually installed another mod. One of these mods is, what the hell, the Verging Approach. Is that the train we are... Is he... Oh, yes, he's on the secondary main there. Whoopsie. Wrong track, buddy. I didn't realize I set it to the wrong track there. Oh, well, that's fine. Reset. Okay, there we go. So, we've got a couple new mods installed. And a few mods have been updated as of late, too. So, let's get the roster set up here. And go to... Well, we'll go over to the Pennsy locomotive, one of our Pennsy locomotives. We got a new Pennsylvania Railroad K4 locomotive that we have on our roster. I numbered it 1361, but as you can see, it's lettered for my railroad. And right behind it is it's a set of multiple new passenger cars to handle the train. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I need to double check on the service operations. All right, you are good. So we're going to set you as service 201. And let's make sure our tracks are clear. He's leaving Hemingway now. Okay, he's in Hemingway. I need to double check on the scheduling at Bryson, actually. Let's go to Bryson, because I think those two trains are not gonna... There's a couple of... Our passenger trains are already in Bryson for the day. If you haven't guessed, I have been playing the game for a couple days, in-game days, and have been working on cleaning, like getting things ready for a recording. I've actually spent 3 days, at least a couple days on this, trying to get things ready. are. Gotta make sure that what I'm worried about right now is actually getting these trains not to run into each other right now. So, oh yeah, it is road service. So what we could do, we could line the switch just up ahead where it's blocking the main. So we could do that and have that set up where it can leave. Let's see. Depends. Okay, auto engineer, train 425. Okay, he's dropped off his passengers and arrived at Dills. Oh boy, I am concerned for the most part. Where is 60? Oh yeah, I think 600 is just now getting past, just getting through. Yeah, he's through Hemingway right now. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit, but he's got the clear now. All right, all switches realign for the eastbound or the westbound trip. Okay, make sure he's lined out and line him out. There we go. We'll keep an eye on things here in Bryson. I don't know why I roll my R's there when I do that. And let's see. We got a couple cars here that need to be taken out for Andrews, and I think a handful of cars for Silva. In fact, the train that 600's carrying down to the yard here is actually cars for Silva. We have some cars for Silva as well, so get the game cooperating here. Jeez. The amount of freight cars we have, the amount of locomotives we have here for just Scrapalachia, like this is what's tanking the frame rate. Is this little bit right here. All these locomotives here. All of this is causing some frame rate issues, and yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Also, if you haven't noticed with how I'm talking lately, and I'm a little bit more clear on the mic, I actually have the mic in front of my face for once. For a long time, I'd had the mic off to the side of my desk because I didn't really have a way to, you know, put it in front of my face without like moving a bunch of shit around my desk. So I ended up getting a, what's going on here? Oh, okay. It's still loading passenger cars. Okay, that's fair. That's why it's loading so slowly. But that was one of the reasons why whenever I talked on the mic, I sounded a little bit farther away from the mic. Well, because I was. All right, here we are. So that's going to Dills. I think you've dropped off the car, have you? Yes, you've dropped off your freight car there. The single box car bound for Dills. Or at least the repair track. That's not really I'm not worried about that car too much. Oh my god, I'm sweating like a fucking pig. It is over, it's like, I want to say it's like 90 degrees right now outside my house. And the humidity is crazy right now, so I'm sweating. Yeah, it's 89 degrees right now, and the humidity makes it feel like 106. I just looked at my phone there, so. But that's like just a quick glance type thing. I'm sure it's hotter than that, just from the humidity. So, all right, let me see here. I also have another mod called Steam Dreams installed, which is why you see this plume of smoke right underneath the locomotive, which I believe is supposed to represent the injector. I mean, considering that they don't have really a Steam sim in this game, which I don't think they'll ever do. And I kind of don't want them to, because the appeal of this game is more the management side of things. It's more that's kind of the appeal in my eyes of this game, is the management of the railroad, not actually the operating the locomotives. That's the major appeal. So having the ability to set the locomotives to AI, and especially on single player, and then run your trains like all over, like basically like move equipment back and forth without having to worry about making sure you have enough water in the boiler and stuff like that. Like, that's kind of one of my favorite things about this game. Is more the extended nature of it. Like, the more management side of things. Alright, we're going to set the locomotive out over here. The 600 arrived anywhere closer to... no, he's in the second block, which is just outside the horseshoe. Okay, so we're gonna have to worry about this, because this locomotive may not end up... This particular... I think it's train... Yeah, it's train 33 West. Yeah, you're probably going to be... That train is probably going to have to be sitting there for a little bit while it's waiting for clearance into the yard. I'm worried, essentially, that these two locomotives will end up running... Like, he'll get into the signal block, and then the other train can't get... Basically, he'll start moving, and then the other train can't get out of the way. Because I haven't set to the secondary... Basically, I haven't set to go onto the second main, which is right here. But I want him to go down the yard track here. In fact, what I'm going to do, just to make sure it does that, I'm going to set the switch here. Alarka Junction. Oh, wrong train. Never mind. That's a different service altogether. Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's already set up. Okay, cool. That's one of the benefits of this auto destination feature, is that when you have train scheduling set up like that, the timetable scheduling set up, it will and you're on a particular service, it will automatically set the destination for the locomotive, and will actually tick off certain destinations if there's a train that you'll end up meeting with. Alright, what is that? Train 850. Oh, okay. You deliver... Oh, I think you deliver... Oh, Parsons Tannery, eh? Okay, that's fair. I was wondering what he was doing. Because I had some switching... Like I said, I was doing some switching in Silva, and I gotta get that freight train out of the way, too, actually, now I think about it. The Four Aces needs to get moving here soon. Oh, there he is. Cool. He's just outside the horseshoe. He's probably gonna be okay. Granted, I probably should have brought a caboose with me, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Alright. We got him going. And then... Yeah, let's go to... Follow... And then what I'm going to do is set things up for the outbound service. So you need to be set to manual control. That will set things up for now. And then we turn off the headlight. Because technically you are the rear of the train now. In fact, I think there are class lamps. Are there? Maybe not. I guess not, no. I know there's, like, classification lamps up here, but I don't see a way to say, like, oh, you're a... Yeah, no. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, well. Alright, well, okay. So we'll go back to you, which is on the front end of the train now. And then I think what we can do here... Because you're technically now a... Yeah, okay. And now we go set that up and set the brakes, and there you go. So now we set the brakes on full. It's set up like so, and set the brakes into position. And I believe it says 0 gallons of fuel, but it should in theory work. So 1361 should now be able to power the train. So you go to MU and cut out. So you should be good now. And then this locomotive, it shouldn't be... I don't think I should have a problem if I set it to run on waypoints. Was it, don't think? Yeah, it doesn't have an issue. Got it. All right, cool. And then headlight on to front dim. That's good. Check the bell. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. Got it. All right, we're good. All right, time to depart at 9:05. Got it. All right, we're good. And then what I'm going to do is go to Alarka proper. And we're going to go to Alarka Depot. Set the train off to head out over here. This was what now now those cab cars are a relatively new mod. I think they were released like a few weeks ago. 30 miles. Wow. Oh wait, no, that's a different. No, never mind. That is not 30 miles. That's something else. Whoops, my bad. All right, and then we go back to yeah. Standard oil would be a good one. Woo. Okay, go. So they're clear to proceed when they get the chance. If I can get the locomotive to work. Frame rate. All right. A lot of things going on lately. I'm excited for the next couple of weeks here. For those of you that don't know, there's been some news in regards to the Thomas series. A lot of news actually from the Thomas series. And I'll kind of discuss this a little bit more in a new Wonders of Sodor video that I have planned coming out. Because on August 25th, so later this month, as of this recording anyway, August 25th, we will get some news on what's coming up next for Wonders of Sodor. And that is honestly a bit exciting. The other big news, at least in the simulator world, is that the same Dovetail Direct, which they're talking about Wonders of Sodor in that. In that same stream, they're going to be talking about Train Sim World, which we kind of all assume is just going to be the announcement for Train Sim World 7. So I'm not too worried about that there. Okay, so I think he should have passed the signal there. Yeah, he's already through. He's good to go. He's coming up to the signal block just shy of the switch, and he has not moved, so that's good. I'm going to do this real quick. Oh, there he is, conveniently timed. I heard the whistle. He's got the approach. Well, restricting approach, I think. He'll call the signal up in the corner here. Hancock long bill for the win. And he's got... I gotta check your path there, sir. You might want to not take the main. You want to hopefully not take the main and go into the yard there. Because there is another train just about ready to leave. I'm not sure what his plan is. You know what? Just to be safe, I'm gonna set a fusee down here just to be safe. I don't know which track he's gonna go down, and I do need to shove that into position. All right, restricting. That's the signal indication. Got it. All right, cool. Okay, where are you going, sir? Dang, that's his next mark. It looks like he is... Yeah, it looks like he's going to go down onto the main, which is not exactly what I wanted him to do, but we'll see here in a second. In fact, he should flip the switch to tell me which way he's going. It looks like... Yeah, he's going to... Okay, he's going to go down the siding here. Good. That's actually going to be our... That's good, because that allows us to get the passenger train out of the fucking way here much quicker. If I can get the goddamn frame rate. Jesus Christ. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we should be clear onto the mains here. We can get, oh shit. You should be clear, right? No, he's not clear out of Bryson Yard. Get him on the main there, sir. Sorry about that. Get on the main there. You should be clear all the way through accordingly, so you should be good there. I'm wondering why he didn't use the slip switch. It might have been easier for him to go on the slip switch if he had a choice, but oh well. So these are all oh no, oh, these are all for Andrews. Okay, I thought they were for Silva. Okay. Well, that's good to know. We have more cars from Silva. Well, speaking of Andrews, we have the iron ore hoppers that we need to drag down. That's another thing we need to do. So if you remember last episode, we actually had a set of iron ore hoppers that were sitting at Walker that we need to take down. And yeah, they should. We have all the ones from Andrews are all loaded and ready to roll. The only problem as of right now is actually getting them down the fucking hill, because the SD40 apparently is not able to push them up the hill. So if there's any hills on the upward slope, it's not going to pull it. But then again, that's a very steep grade anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Or, I mean, you know. Alright, so both trains are clear to proceed. Once he departs here, train number 34. Nope, no, he's still ringing his bell. Sir! There. He's glitched out there a bit. Alright, so... let me think here, because we got some empties here for Andrews. Oh, look! Oh, they departed roughly at the same time! That's awesome! They're both departing at the same time! That's wonderful! I love it! You love to see it, Cotton. These cars need some work. I think they're in the 80s, honestly. Alright! We got 3 trains moving out here. That's awesome. It's a very busy day in Bryson. Okay, I think... So these are going to Andrews, the passenger car... Okay. Do we have any heavy haul locomotives? Oh, right. I forgot to mention this little guy here. Our newest locomotive, another new locomotive on the fleet, on the roster. The K36. Yes, a standard gauge K36. And I had to go with the Rio Grande font and everything with this locomotive because it's the Rio Grande. I have not made it the green jacket, though. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably should do that. Green jacket. Customize. Where is it? Boiler jacket. Here's boiler. Go to green. Go with that check. They were green. Ah, fuck! Not that green. Not that bright green. Dillsboro. Departing Dillsboro on time too, eh? I'm gonna take this real quick. Like, I'm actually gonna take the Pullman green from this car, and then we're gonna change it just what the fuck? Well, that's not good. Where the fuck? Those cars always painted out like that? Okay, well, whatever. Goodbye, sir. There's another one. We can try this one. Get this one is Pullman green. It should, considering it's a former... Yeah, that's work. We'll see. Yeah, we'll use that one. We'll use that green, because I think that'll work. Alright, he's stopped. He's dropped off his train. Lord. By the way, yeah. Okay. It doesn't look too bad, but not great. Oh, boiler bands are in there too, actually. Oh, he's leaving. You hear him off in the distance, sir. Air pumps, huh? You can paint the air pumps. That's funny. Bang. There we go. That's not too bad. Pullman green kind of color. That doesn't look too bad on that locomotive. Not at all. Boiler bands probably need to be painted though. And well, maybe not the domes. I don't know if the domes were ever painted. Let's see. Were the boiler bands ever painted? I have to look at pictures of the Denver Rio Grande Western locals when they were painted green. Well, we know what the black color should be. So we'll just paint the boiler bands green. Actually, now that I think about it, no, they didn't paint the domes because I think 346 and 315, which were at one point painted green, their domes were not painted. I want to say their domes were still kept in the kind of the black paint. Honestly, I think it's only the boiler jacket that gets painted. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure somebody's gonna correct me in the comments, of course, because you know they always there's gonna be people like that, especially with the Rio Grande stuff. I mean, half of my viewers, I feel like at this point, are fans of Heist, which nothing wrong with that. In fact, I actually love it when people from the Heist community comment or even like the videos. There was a video I posted a couple of weeks ago now, maybe a month ago now by this point, of a music video I made for. Oh no, it was a couple of videos actually. There was last Railwork Sundays was, well, the Railwork Sundays from the week before this was dedicated to Joel, who's got the nickname Bubbles, and he passed away suddenly. Not sure from what, and really I don't think I should get into any of that really. But it was one of those situations where it's like, well, that's sad, that's just disheartening and kind of that kind of stuff. So I wasn't. Like, it was one of those things where it's like I had to put a dedication thing on it, and I showed off bits and pieces of the dedication. Like, basically, it was a simple thing at the very end of the video where it said, "Rest in peace, Joel," and I put the year he was alive, the year, like the date of birth and the day he died, the year he was born and the year he died on there, as well as a distant Southern Pacific 6 chime that's supposed to blare off, that was supposed to go off, that was going off in the distance. I believe the audio I used was actually, ironically, from the Durango and Silverton of all railroads, which, again, because he was a volunteer at the Colorado Railroad Museum, it makes it all the more fitting. And the Colorado Railroad Museum actually did a dedication, like a service, they did a memorial service. That's what it's called. A memorial service to dedicate him. And they live streamed it. And it was a very heartwarming situation. Because there were, like, it was shared all over the place on the Heist Cord. And I shared it a couple places as well. Because, you know, it was important. It was important to keep his legacy alive. And, yeah, it's just one of those things where I just felt like, yeah, I should do something. I feel like I should do something when somebody within the preservation community passes away suddenly and without any warning. That was kind of the mentality with that ending bit on the Railwork Sundays video. So there was that. All right, so we're getting the Timken locomotive out of here now. All right, sir, you're clear to depart. Are both cars ready to go? No. Clear to depart. All right, so he's moving. I gotta set signals for him. I'm gonna send him probably to Thomas Valley, where we will get him stopped just outside of Thomas. Well, yeah, he'll stop. We'll stop him outside of Thomas Valley because he's gonna be taking the siding while the stopping passenger train gets around him. It shouldn't be too bad. Oh, he actually accelerates pretty slowly. Bless the horn, sir. Yes, this locomotive has a horn, which may prove useful for the next mod coming out, next big steam locomotive mod that's coming out for Railroader soon. Which I'm excited for that one. The Southern Pacific Daylight. It was announced at the beginning of January, honestly, or the beginning of August, somewhere around there. And it's in the works, and the guy that's developing it, he's actually doing he's. From what little I've seen of it, like, if any, like, he's kind of being promoted by the WNCR, so, which means that the mod's going to be a great mod. The WNCR is actually a very nice community. I've had, well, not issues with them. I've had, like, a bit of a miscommunication, I guess I could say. It's one of those situations where I said something that I had no evidence to back it up. And basically got under everyone's skin as a result. And oh, I wonder. Oh, cool! If you hold control while the AI is whistling, it will actually blow the horn. That's funny. That's cool to know. All right, you of all things, yeah, you 850. You need to sort. You need to get this cut of cards out of the way. What do we got here? Got one card for paperboard. Well, actually, two cards for paperboard, right? Yeah, two cards for paperboard. And then we got this cut of cars here for the hoppers. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna hook into the hoppers first. Oh, I didn't set the. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna drop off. I think 9 cars are need to be dropped off. I think so. There he goes. Or not 9 cars, 5 cars, not 9. What's wrong with me here? There we go. Clear to proceed. And then once that's done, we'll drop off. Actually, he should be clear enough where we can shove this car onto the building supply track, right? Well, that should have enough room. Oh, well, not really. Well, we can do this either way. We'll just shove it on there, drop off the remaining car. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to pick up one of the cars anyway. I think it's so we have a CS and an RB1, I think. 2 cars to go out there. Let's see. So you are R1B, and that's the CS one. All right. So once he's collected that car, we'll take you, and then we'll tack that on to the rear of this car. This is, again, I complained about this in an attempted recording recently, that the game is just not happy, essentially, with how many mods I have installed and how much of a map I've unlocked. At a certain point, the game just gets to a point where it just does not want to run. It's rather disappointing. I think I just crashed it. Did I crash the game? Did I actually crash the game? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Just for a brief second, I thought I crashed the game. It froze there for a second. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then... once he's dropped off those cars... Alright, this should be okay. Ow. Stupid ear. Okay, we're good there. Alright, well, he's hooked into his train. Okay, he's backing up. How much water you got in there? You got enough. You can do a little bit of switching here in Silva. And let's see, we got two locomotive. We got another locomotive here. This is the Penzi R2 Northern class steam locomotive. This is basically what the Penzi would have done if they decided to go with the Northern design rather than the T1. And I gotta admit, kind of fits. I believe the reason that the Pennsylvania Railroad went with the T1 instead of the R1 R2 design was because of hammer blow. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, the main reason that the T1s and many of their duplexes were chosen was because of concerns over hammer blow, and that if the train with a larger wheelbase and everything, that they would, like, the larger wheel, like, basically the more drivers that were connected, the more likely the more severe the hammer blow would be. I believe that was one of the stories that was the result of that situation. I'm not sure. Okay, where was that signal? Is he at a red block? Yes, he's at a red block. No, that's Ella. Never mind. Wrong signal. And then he's got to get the main because the express is just ahead of him. And then get him out on the main. No, that's reverse track. Okay, there we go. And then let's see. He is clear through Thomas Valley and clear all the way to Whittier. And then let's see. I think we got a new car. We got some new cars out here that are in our fleet too. We got a oh, cool, nice. It's already painted in kind of a nice color here, actually. This is an RPO car that we got on our fleet. It's a used car, but it's a car nonetheless. What's the maximum repair cap on this thing? It was... Really? Max repair is 9. Okay, well, we'll take it to Bryson for overhaul then. Okay, you're going to Bryson for overhaul, sir. Actually, let me see what kind of paint jobs we got there. So your car number 81. Let's go with yeah, they were the X series, honestly, for me. So X 81. Will that work? Yes, that'll work. X81 will work. Yeah, that's working. Okay, cool. Okay, great. Two-tone gray? What's that? Oh, that's the Lark. Okay. Let's be daylight. Well, not a bad scheme for the daylight. That's not too bad. Phase 3, of course, we know what Phase 3 is. That's Amtrak. What is this? This is. Oh, that's the one we were just looking at there. Scheme number 2. What's scheme number 2? Oh, interesting. Stainless steel. That's just gonna be a gray. Yeah, it's just gonna be gray. Not too bad. I wonder if it holds baggage. It probably does, right? It says empty, so maybe it holds baggage. I'm not sure. I haven't used this car yet. It's an RPO, but we're gonna use it. Right. There's another set of cars we need to get. Oh yeah, log cars for Connolly Creek. Because we're starting to have issues with the log pond lately. There's the baggage car. Or is that no, that's a sleeper. Okay. That's a sleeper. Its repair cap. It's in good condition, but the repair cap is 19, so it's okay. The only reason I'm overhauling the RPO is because of the repair cap being 9 and it being at 41%. So probably not a good idea that that car being in that bad of a shape. Hello. Okay, you're good to go. Clear. I think he's clear of Thomas Valley yet? Not quite yet. He's still going through Thomas Valley, but I can clear the signal block at Barker's here. Because he's almost through Barker's Creek, or almost through the signal block there, so I can get him on the next track. Oh Lord, what's this? Is that a different hopper? No, it's the same 50 tonners. Oh, that's a 50 ton. They're all 50 tons, really. I don't think they give you anything other than 50 tons out here. Which is interesting. Alright. Got that going. So it's you. Check on you. Oh yeah, BNSF was the one I wanted to look at here. This guy here. Oh, that's 1776. That's not the one we want. That's the ES44 that we're trying to scrap. That didn't work out the way I'd hoped. Where is... Oh yeah, BNSF 1676. That's what confused me, was because they both have 76 at the very end of their name. Alright, we're just out the top here. Alright, we got this. We got a whole drag of iron ore hopper here. You should be able to get down the hill here safely and into the yard. In fact, what I'm going to do is actually set the train to stop. Yeah, we should be able to get it into the at least towards the yard. So I'm going to set it off over there. Right over there. Oh my God, game, load! Jesus Christ! There we go. He's still in Hemingway right now. He's still in... Okay, he's through. So he's clear to proceed. Alright. And he's through Cowie, so we can get the tracks lined out again. Did the game freeze again? The game crash. I wonder how long this is going to take before it's... Is it? Oh, yep, it crashed. Okay, fair enough. Okay, great. Crash. There we go, we're back in. We are back in, boys. Okay, I'm wondering how long that's going to take to cut out. Okay, well, let me check the signals here. I'm pretty sure... Okay, that's how far back we are. Okay, fair enough. We'll clear them out there. Get these signals cleared on this side here. Actually, we might, in theory, we might be able to get him out of the way at the next train out of the way at Barker's Creek. So we might try that here. Because we have a stopping freight that needs to be taken care of. Or the next train is a stopping freight. And we have cars to pick up in Dills. But, I don't know. Okay. Okay, he's out of the way at, Thomas Valley. So we will grab our next locomotive. So a little bit of a change of plans. Okay, so with just how big the train is, I think I'm going to use the R1. Might be the best bet here. Waypoint control. Control 0. I need to make sure ATC is cut out on you, sir. Is it cut out? Yep, cut out. Got it. All right, we're good. Get you on the main, sir, and then we'll get you out and pick up the train. Pick up the cars needed. Go over there. What the hell is that whistle? What did I put on that? Forgot. There's something. Something awkward. Let's see. So this cuts. Yeah, we don't have anything for Andrews in here. Okay, do this. We do have Andrews cars that are outbound at Dills. We have a couple cars down there as well to pick up. So I think I'm gonna pick up. So there's a couple cars at Dills to pick up that are outbound for both Whittier, Andrews, and Bryson. And I'm going to leave the Whittier cars, but I'm going to make sure I pick up the Andrews cars for sure. Maybe the Bryson cars as well, considering they're all in one cut as well. Might do that as well. Let's see. Okay. And we'll pick you up. And then next cut is the Bryson one here. Move those ones down here, at least. Oh, Lord. And then we'll cut the couple into the Bryson cut of cars. So we're moving we're getting our shopping train set up and ready to roll, so that'll be fun. Let me just cut into that cut of cars. Actually, you know what I'm going to probably do? Is I'm probably going to leave the cut for Rob Gap on a separate train, because that probably wouldn't need to be taken out on this current train. I keep thinking, I keep forgetting that I need to organize this train where it doesn't couple into the train and end up screwing with itself. Where you're gonna cut? Yes, Frisco, which is the last car. Aha, yes. All right. So you're connecting up with this cut of cars. After that, I think that's everything aside from a caboose. And then we're gonna do over there. And I mean, screw it. They're going in the sandbox, moving this car out of the way. Shit. Got it. There you go. Oh, Lord, and then back into company mode. There we go. Hopefully that timestamp feature worked. I'm not sure if it did or not. Okay. And where's the last waypoint there on your set? Aha! Yes. Okay. We'll just hook into the caboose and get you out of here, sir. Coupling 3 miles an hour. I don't know what you're doing there, sir. You seem to be a bit stuck, aren't you? Are you stuck or something? What's going on there? Coupling at 3 miles an hour. Huh. Manual. Waypoint. Where are you going? There you go. You're confused there for a second, apparently. I don't know what's going on with you. There you go. You've had all the cars there, alright? Yeah, you got all of your cars. Got it. Alright, cool. And then... yeah, what am I gonna do? I think both trains have made it to Whittier, at least, right? No, the express train has made it to Whittier. It's the stopping passenger train that has not left. So make sure he's on the normal switch there. And he's going to be on that track there. He's going to be on the reverse track over there. And he's going to be all the way through there. Got it. And yeah, it should be good. We should be good out there. We're going to collect up the next cut of cars. And now that I think about it, we might not be able to do that because we have the cars set up incorrect. Maybe. I don't know. Because we need to... we're going to have all the stopping freight cars on the front end and the through freight equipment on the back end. So, anyway. I don't know yet. Okay, what do we got for Bryson here? Is it just a couple of empties here? I think it's just a power move, essentially. Yeah, what the hell? 4 passenger cars? Yeah, 4 passenger cars. Maybe we just run a light train. Yeah, we could probably do that, honestly. Over there. Uncouple. 1 car. Farthest from the waypoint. And then from there, you're going to hook into... this cut of cars from Andrews, and we're going to take that with us. Woo! Got the train ready to roll. And then once that is done, we're going to be going out, heading out, dude. Okay, come on, you. Quite the interesting contest there. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, he went the... that was a weird direction he went, sir. I don't know why. Strange. Interesting. You know what I'm probably gonna do? Just so it doesn't go down the wrong track there like that. I'm going to shove the articulate down this track. Because I think it needs coal, right? Doesn't it need coal? Yeah, you need coal, so I'll just fill you up with coal before... once he's out of the way, of course. Make sure he's clear before we start moving him. I'm not sure why you chose that path, but that is weird. Alright, get over there. Get to the coaling tower. Sir, go. Do you need coal anyway? Alright. That was Whittier Depot. Got it. And then what I'm going to do, just to make sure we don't have another set of circumstances where he's going to go down this incorrect track. I'm going to move... load. Oh wait, why am I doing this? Let's do that. There you go. Set that off in the way. That way he's not blocked or not going down the wrong path. And then he's going to have to back up, of course, to get on the right main. There you go, sir. That's the path you're supposed to take. Lord. Sometimes I wonder about these locomotives here. How much coal you got in the tipple? You got plenty. Besides, it's probably easier for it to go around this way anyway. And then, what do, with that being said and done, okay, he's cleared. Select, I'm gonna tag that. Two cars. And then drag that all onto here. Three cars. There we go. And then we pick up this car and we should be good. Okay. I think we have a car coming out of Bryce. No, we just dropped off that one. Never mind. We're good. Oh shit, the boxcar's in the fucking way. Interesting. Alright. We're still in sandbox mode, right? We can just move it. We'll move it manually. There you go. Set it off over there, sir. You're good. Now he's out of the fucking way. And then essentially the locomotive over here. Yeah, he's still being serviced, so that's good. And then let's see here. Oh, they're at a Lark already. Cool. And he is coming out of Ella, so he's good to go. Cleared for Bryson, sir. More cars for Bryson there. We're collecting... What the hell? Oh, shit! Not all the cars were hooked up on that train. Shit. Okay, well, that's a problem. I didn't realize that that cut of cars was, Collect that one there, sir. And then you can hook into the rest of the cars, which is the B&O cut there. Got it. We're good. And then from there... Alright, we're good. Okay, well, let's see. Alright, you're good. I think you're picking up that car, so we're gonna drop this and pick his ass up. Actually, I'm gonna wait because I don't know when we are gonna have the time to get that train out of the way. I don't want a Kenosha just yet. Well, I don't want a Kenosha at all, but I've had too many of those already. In fact, actually, let me check the used market. What we got in terms of locomotives here, sir? Baldwin. Amtrak. Amtrak Phase 5, P42. I would get that, but whatever. Alright, the G... 44 tonner, we have one sitting... How much is that? Repair cap wise? Repair cap is 20% and does need an overhaul to get even remotely moving. Okay. Another stop. Nantahala, eh? Wait, he's in Nanta already? Was that Nanta or was that... Oh, Larka Junction. Never mind. I'm so confused. Like, what are you doing in the Nanta already? He's not at Nanta, he's at the Larka Junction. And he's waiting for clearance, so he's good to go. And we'll set these signals out here for clears. He's going to sit at Thomas Valley for the time being, waiting for the other train to go. We should be good to go here. I mean, we have a stop ahead of him. You're there. Get signals set up accordingly here. The signals are set up for runarounds there. He's leaving. Okay. And then, let's see. Do we have any more cars we need to hook into? Is this all connected? Please tell me you're all connected. You should be. Look for broken air pipes and then check for anything that's not connected. I think we're all good. That coupler is linked into that one. So yeah, we're all good there. All right, that's another payment done for. Another payment done there. Okay, we're good. All right, good. And then we've got the cars for Silva going outbound. Okay, cool. Fairly large train for this locomotive, but it should be good. And then you. Okay. Keep an eye on you, sir. You're not dealing with shit. Okay. So he's finishing up his switching moves. We'll have to wait on you. I need to get out of sandbox mode, of course. So I forgot about that. And before I do anything, I'm going to save. I've already been recording for an hour. That's impressive. Funny. I was looking over at the recording time, like, okay, that's an hour. There's going to be some stuff cut out, like the fact that the game crashed on me a moment ago. That's going to have to be cut out. Okay. And once we get the train, the R2 leaving and into Dills, we should be good. I think we're good here in Dills in terms of fuel, right? We recently restocked the coaling tower. Yeah, we're good there. Alright, cool. I think we don't really have much in the way of power for the outbound trains. Okay, well. We'll probably take one of those FBs to Alarka Junction. Why not? Wouldn't be the weirdest fucking thing on the railroad. And 1301 or 1361, not 1301. 1301's a different locomotive. Now they are all disembarked, right? We shouldn't have any passengers waiting. Well, we have some. For car. What in God's green earth? 100? Oh, I think it's because our baggage is full. Fair enough. Yeah, I think that's what happened. The baggage got full, so I can't take any more passengers. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's not taking any more passengers because of the baggage issue. That's unfortunate. So we'll have to do a couple runs with this. Okay, fair enough. We have 2 hours, another 2 hours before we have to really worry about that. So that's unfortunate. But because I don't have any way of putting more baggage cars on this train, I can't really do anything about it. That's unfortunate. That's the one problem with this particular, with the Better Passengers mods, is that they don't allow for baggage to be like, the baggage is just not, it doesn't like baggage. But baggage is the most like profitable thing on these passenger trains. Yeah. Alright, well, that was more for Whittier Depot there. Alright. So I'm assuming that was a stopping passenger train. I'll just stop there just now. And you stopped. Okay, you're clear. Alright. Well, we'll have to do a couple runs with this. How many passengers we got for Cochrane, actually, now I think about it? We might not have enough. Might have to do a couple shuttle services with this. Yeah, they're all for Alarka. Jesus! Huh. Passengers. Yep, they're all for Alarka. They're all for Alarka. Funny. Disregard the stops. Actually, yeah, disregard the stops. You are clear to proceed. You are not loading any passengers anyway. Bypass timetable. Go. He's going to be leaving early on here. There you go, buddy. And, yeah, I don't think we're going to get any passengers on board at Cochrane, so we're just going to... what I probably should do with this particular service is I should take it off the timetable for the time being and just have it moving back and forth. Because I think we have 78 passengers waiting here for Alarka Junction. Wait, no, we have, what? 28, not 78. I've read that wrong. 28 passengers waiting there for Alarka Junction, or Alarka, right? Alarka? Yes, Alarka Depot. Which I think that would actually fill up. So we'll load those passengers up and then get out of Dodge. So. All right. Well, that's going on. And yeah, you should be clear at least out through there. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Is it okay? In fact, let me get in the cab here. Actually, I want to see what's going on here. Woohoo! Nice cab view. You open the windows? Oh, you can. Cool. Open the window. Like an old school, yeah. Is the speedometer on there? No, that's the brake pipe. Where's the speedometer? Or do you not have a speedometer? Is that the speedometer? Yes, that is the speedometer. Got it. Alright, well, that's interesting. Cadlands, what the fuck are you doing? Train's leaning. It's kind of weird leaning, like sitting at the front end of the train when it's like this. Like there's a big picture. Okay. What we're gonna do some yeah, okay. So with this going on. Okay, well. Once we get to Cochrane Station, I'm gonna end the video because I'm gonna need to do some runs back and forth with this train so that we at least deliver all the passengers from Alarka Junction. Because I was not expecting the amount of baggage on this train to be what it was. So, like and comment down below, subscribe if you guys want more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.